The kitchen is silent. The refrigerator makes a steady hum, like a breath that never stops. And if you've always been the one who holds everything together, write it in the comments, because this story might speak to you more than you'd like. I'm sitting at the table. The light above the sink is on, a cold cup in front of me, and the house around me sleeps without noticing a thing. My name is Laura. I'm 74 years old, and for most of my life I've been the one who carries it all, the one who doesn't fall apart, the one who always finds a solution, the one who doesn't allow herself to break, not even when she had every right to. On the table there are simple things: a folded cloth, organised bills, a handwritten list, because even now I need to know what comes next. I spent years putting everyone else first, convinced it was normal, convinced it was my role. When I was 32, I told myself it was just a phase, that later on I'd stop. At 41, the word wasn't phase anymore. It was responsibility, and there seemed to be no alternative. Now that I'm 74, I feel the weight of every year spent staying composed, saying everything's fine, even when it wasn't true. Responsibility doesn't arrive like a blow. It creeps in, grows slowly, and one day you realize it's no longer something you do. It's what you've become. I never made scenes. I never said enough is enough. I learned to shut my mouth and keep going. Every problem solved was a silent confirmation. Every crisis managed another brick. And meanwhile, the years passed, one after another, without anyone really counting them, not even me. Now the kitchen is still, and in the low hum of the refrigerator I hear a question I've never written down anywhere. How many years have I been holding everything together? And what did I leave behind without even realizing it? Because being the strong one always, for so many years, had a price that only now, at 74, I can finally feel. There's one thing no one talks about when it comes to carrying everything, and it's that you don't become strong overnight. You slip into it gradually, like slipping into a habit that seems helpful. At first they say thank you, then they expect you to be there, and at some point they don't even ask anymore. At 38, when something broke, the first call came to me. At 47, it wasn't a call anymore. It was a silence full of expectations, and I always answered, with apparent calm, with a ready solution, with the right tone to avoid creating panic. The kitchen has seen me spend entire evenings standing, putting things back in order after everyone, while the others went to bed, dishes washed in silence, surfaces dried with precision, as if order could hold everything else together too. I don't remember when I stopped asking for help. Maybe I never really did. Maybe I understood early on that for someone like me it wasn't an option. The house functioned, the days flowed, problems got absorbed, and I stayed standing, always. The years passed without noise, and every sign of fatigue was filed away, like something that could wait. At 53, I told myself it wasn't at the time to stop. At 63, I thought by then it was natural to keep going. Now I understand it wasn't strength. It was depletion. A slow wearing down that leaves no obvious marks, but empties you from the inside. Every "I'll take care of it," every "don't worry about it," added another year to the weight. At 74, I don't feel broken. I feel used up, like an object that always worked, never broke down, but can't remember what it was like at the beginning. And sitting here, with the light on and the cup cold. I wonder what would have happened if, even for just a few years, I had let something drop. Not everything, just the weight of always being the one who never gives in. There are evenings when I sit longer than necessary, with my hands still on the table, as if I were waiting for permission that never comes. I think back to how many times I said, "I'll handle it," without even considering whether I really could. It had become automatic, like breathing, like locking the door before going to bed. I confused necessity with value, being useful with being seen, and while others leaned on me, I stepped back, leaving less space for myself, year after year, without an obvious break, but with a continuous subtraction, silent, that today I feel all at once. The night moves forward, and the kitchen stays half-lit, as if even the light had decided to save energy. The refrigerator continues its constant hum, and I realize it's like me, always running, even when no one notices. I spent 74 years never giving in, and no one ever asked me how I did it. Maybe because those who carry everything don't interrupt, don't ask, don't take up space. They hold things together, and that's it. But now I feel a different kind of tired, a tired that doesn't come from the body, but from never allowing yourself to fall. I think back to the years spent saying, everything's fine, even when inside everything was out of place. To the years when I kept my voice steady, my hands busy, my emotions silent, year after year, without stopping to ask myself if I was paying for something, if the bill was growing while I pretended not to notice. At 74, the truth doesn't ask permission. It just arrives. Being the one who always carries everything meant being dependable for everyone, except myself. I protected balances that weren't mine. I avoided collapses that didn't belong to me. I held together things that could have fallen on their own. And meanwhile, I postponed the moment of truly looking at myself, as if it weren't urgent. I don't know what would have happened if I'd let go sooner, if I'd said, I can't do this, if I'd left some responsibilities behind. I only know that time doesn't give back the years spent carrying everything. It leaves them there, like a final sum you can't ignore anymore. If you've made it this far, maybe you've always been the one who holds everything together too. Write in the comments, it was always me, because sometimes saying it breaks a silence that's lasted for years. Hit like, if this story made you pause for a moment, share it with someone who never breaks down, but pays the price in silence. And subscribe to the channel if you want more stories that don't teach you how to live, but help you recognize yourself before time presents the bill